Good morning, everybody. John here at Havoc Maker Studio. Hoping you guys are having a great Tuesday morning. We are just now 9-ish days away from the Ministravaganza from Atomic Mass Games. Going to be held on June 9th, 10th, and 11th of 2022. And I've already covered some of the video or some of the material that's going to be revealed, or kind of was revealed, but we thought was going to be revealed. Let me start at the beginning. So the schedule, we kind of broke down it about a week or so ago. We looked at at least two of the sessions on here where we're like, hobby hang Star Wars Ewoks, and this is the way to paint. Two painting sessions are like, okay, well, let's break this down because Ewoks were not in the game, we found out, yet for Star Wars Legion. And this is the way is obviously a clear indication, released with a high probability of being clear about the Mandalorian and Baby Yoda or Goguru, Guguru, Goku, whatever, Gohan, whatever his name is, right? So then that got revealed over the weekend during the Star Wars Celebration in Anaheim, and we covered that just the other day. So it got me to thinking that all this content that we're seeing here on the schedule, you guys should see on your screen right now, for the Ministravaganza for the 3 days, is not like it was for September 2021's Ministravaganza, where they were very detailed on exactly, hey, we're going to have this reveal on this session, we're going to have this painting on this session, etc., etc. And we knew the best times to watch for the type of content. This one, roughly, I would say, meets that same kind of guideline that they had, but there's still some mystery here. So I decided to go and do a speculation video. I was going to do it yesterday, but work got in the way, and I'm about ready to head out for some work right now. We've got another not even speculation video. Later on today, we will likely, probably around 11, 12 o'clock hour, be doing a video surrounding the character card for either Heimdall or Scourge. Hopefully, one of them should be dropping today. If they don't, I'll be really surprised. Because if they're going to be waiting until Ministravaganza to reveal that instead of revealing some future stuff, I'm going to be shocked. Shocked, I tell you. Shocked, Cotton. So I want to do a speculation video on what we're going to possibly be seeing. And yeah, some of it might be a little reaching, but that's the fun of this. So let's cover this day by day, and I'm going to go through this as fast as I can. So just buckle up and let's just dive right into it. So Thursday, we have one particular session that I want to focus on, Sound and Fury, painting Nick Fury, from 12 p.m. to 1 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time. I think that's PDT. So Pacific Time. Right now, we already have at least one video on the Atomic Mass Games Facebook page, and I believe it was also on their Twitch stream, them painting Nick Fury. So why have another painting Nick Fury video? Obviously, they're going to do it, but it's like, why do another one? So either A, it's just a filler. They have to fill some time in, but it's like, why do Nick Fury when you have Heimdall and Scourge, Supergiant, and Black Swan? You're going to hear this repeated several times probably through this. You have those new models coming out. Why don't you have a paint session for models you haven't done yet? Kind of like what you're doing with the Mandalorian and the Ewoks on that day. Doesn't make a whole lot of sense, but you know what? I just work here, right? So we're going to reach now. So this could also be a time for them to reveal other models that are going to be coming. There's multiple times that they can do that, but I think this might be one of the first ones. We might get some Shield-esque related new models coming. I might be reaching, but just bear with me on this. We've covered a lot of these before, so let's just get right into it. So we have, first up, from left to right, Quake. Then next up is Mockingbird, and the last one is Yo-Yo. All characters work for S.H.I.E.L.D. in the comics and have shown up in the live-action S.H.I.E.L.D. TV show. Quake has the ability, like this vibrational manipulation and control, to where she can make earthquakes, basically. She can rattle a person's brain like Magneto and cause them to pass out. And she can rupture somebody's heart like Wolverine's heart while it's inside his chest. That's how powerful and furious her power can be on the human body. Get it? Fury, furious? Okay, I'm reaching there for sure. Mockingbird, not so much sound and fury, but she is definitely a Shield-esque character. I'm just including there for my own filler. We've covered her before. She's got some superhuman physical ability. She's really smart. I think she's got a degree, like PhD in biochemistry. I could be wrong on that. I forget the video. She's an excellent close combat individual. She's not superhuman strength-wise. Like, she can't really go up against Thor in like weightlifting competitions, but she is a staple of S.H.I.E.L.D. and the Avengers. And then Yo-Yo is one of the newer characters. We've covered her at length before. She has the ability, she's really super fast, and when she runs, does her thing, beat up people, and then her power kicks, the second stage where power kicks in and she slingshots, that's the other name that she has, back to where she originally began. So on the tabletop, all three of these characters would be amazing, and they fit S.H.I.E.L.D. characters, which we'll cover a little later on in this speculation video. But I want to at least get them out of the way. Now, the real ones that I'm thinking about. Now, one of these is really stretching. The other one, not so much. So the first one up on the left is Echo. You guys might have seen Echo appear in the Hawkeye TV show. She is a off and on foe of Daredevil. I think she was a love interest for a period of time. She was working for Wilson Fisk, the Kingpin in the comics. She eventually, and she's a street level character, she's popped up throughout Marvel history or Marvel comics and such. But her big thing is right now, she is in control of the Phoenix Force. And that is a lot of fury. Now, the Echo part, she's, at least before she got the Phoenix Force, that basically fixed that. She had, if I remember correctly, you guys could quote me correct me if I'm wrong, but she was deaf. She was a deaf character, and now I think she's got the hearing thanks to the Phoenix Force, or it might just be some version of that. At any rate, I think that it's a bit of a stretch, yes, but there is some connection with S.H.I.E.L.D. And of course the Avengers and the Marvel Universe and that whole Sound and Fury thing. The other one is Robbie Reyes, not Daredevil, but Ghost Rider. He's the current Ghost Rider. He has shown up in the live action S.H.I.E.L.D. TV show. He is with the Avengers right now, and he is really becoming one of the most popular Ghost Riders in a long time. And I'm a fan of the original Johnny Blaze, but Robbie Reyes has really, they've done a very good job of writing his character. The reason why I'm including him is, this is another loose connection. I might be reaching a lot, but if you've seen the Netflix special or Netflix show Sound and Fury, it's an animated series. A guy's running around in a car. There's this great car race. Lots of explosions and death, and I might be reaching, but the Sound and Fury, I know it's literally Sound and Fury, but when you think about that, and you think about Robbie Reyes and his vehicle, there is a similarity there that I know I'm reaching, but I'm trying to find something to fit that slot, why they would do it. Now, do I think we're going to get Robbie Reyes with a car on a 60 millimeter base? No. I think if Robbie Reyes does show up, he is going to be probably a standalone character on a 35 millimeter base, possibly a 50. They might have some other junk and stuff on there, but I don't think he'll have a car. I don't think we're at that level that they're going to be doing cars yet, because that would have to be on something bigger than a 60 millimeter base. Once again, guys and gals, I know I'm reaching on this one, but I'm just trying to figure this stuff out. Now, our next session is going to be on June 10th. That's about 10 days away. It's all within about 10 days away. The first session is a Q&A session with the developers and the designers. It's Marvel Crisis Protocol from Earth to Asgard, and I've already covered a lot of the Asgardians, and this could very well just be about Heimdall and Scourge. It very well could be, but for an hour and a half, I don't know. I think we could be covering more, but it could be. That could be where it stops. However, let's go ahead and speculate. Now, I've already covered a couple of these before, and I've revised some of my speculation. So obviously Lady Sif, who's currently filling the role of Heimdall in the comic books, is a powerful warrior. She's definitely above average Asgardian, which is above the Warriors 3 who are next to her. I earlier speculated in several videos that Sif would probably come as an alternate leadership ability for the Asgard or Asgardians. Heimdall is also a candidate because he is known to be regent of Asgard when Odin goes into the Odin sleep. So there's two different possibilities there of leadership. And I said that since the Warriors 3, even though that they are famous, and we've seen them on the big screen, on the little screen, and they're a delight to read. The interplay, I mean, they're basically an adventuring group. They are not really standalone characters to have their own miniatures. But I speculate they could be on a grunt base, though they might have to be on a larger grunt base because Volstagg is a big boy. It depends if they do it, and that's up to them to worry about. However, one that I keep forgetting to talk about is Jane Foster Thor. And I love this character. She was very well written when she got possession of Mjolnir. I know how to say it. And she became Thor. Not Lady Thor, but she became Thor. She took on the title of Thor, God of Thunder, where Thor lost that power and eventually would become King Thor, all that kind of jazz. We're not going to go into that. And everything that she went through as Thor, then eventually losing it and becoming the actual current incarnation of Valkyrie, or a Valkyrie, and got the all weapon, all that stuff. We're not going to go too much into that, but I think she would be a strong possibility. She has been in the superhero business, essentially, at least in the comics, since her and Thor had hooked up. And so she is a doctor. She's got basically the experience of being around the Avengers and all the various other groups. And she's very intelligent. Plus, she has watched Thor repeatedly use his power, and that's where she gets some very innovative uses of the Thor power. She could also have an affiliation leadership ability. She could be another candidate for that. And now, mind you, she's never really been seen to lead a particular group, but we look at Sam Wilson, Captain America, and he hasn't had a lot of leadership ability in the comics, let alone the TV show or in the movies. But Sam Wilson does have the Avengers team affiliation leadership ability, or at least one of them. So she could have one. It might not be as grandiose as say Thor, but she could be a candidate for that. And we could see, instead of Sif and the Warriors 3, which could be a stretch, we could see Sif and Jane Foster Thor in a box together. That is a possibility. Now, later on Friday, we've got the Shields Up painting Earth's protectors. Once again, they have a video, just like Nick Fury, where they've painted the agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. or the S.H.I.E.L.D. agents that come in that box. So could this be another paint session where they reveal some other characters, like some of the S.H.I.E.L.D. agents I mentioned, like Yo-Yo / Slingshot or Mockingbird, whatnot? Could be. Or it just might be a filler paint episode or time slot just to get through the day. End of day celebration, they'll probably recap the first 2 days and maybe do some reveals for at least one or two of their product lines, or maybe all four, because that is a 2-hour block. They could dedicate an hour block to each of those sessions, or 45 minutes, whatever, however you want to look at it. So that's where we're at right now. Then our last day, we're going to try to get this video wrapped up, is we're going to delve into 3 sessions. We're going to really skip over one. We're going to skip over the second one, as Guardians in Action, Marvel Crisis Protocol gameplay. This will very likely, high probability of happening, is going to cover Heimdall, Scourge, and a couple other Avengers against some sort of threat out there. Who knows? We might even see a gameplay of Hell to Pay, that upcoming game night kit. We don't know, but more likely it will include Heimdall and Scourge, maybe having the Asgardians go up against the Black Order. That's a possibility. So I don't think a lot's going to be revealed there unless we get to see gameplay of any other Asgardians that I've kind of talked about here in action there. Now, going back to the start of the day from 9 to 10, mad scientists and crime lords giving your Marvel Crisis Protocol villains a distinct look. This could be very merely a paint session for Green Goblin, Kingpin, and maybe a few other crime syndicate and or cabal members, just kind of rehashing their paint jobs. I doubt it. It could be maybe some alternate paint schemes, but it's an hour session. I think we might see a possible reveal of some upcoming crime lords and or mad scientists. Now, I don't have a couple of the other crime lords, like members of the Magia, which is like their mafia, like Madame Mask or Tombstone. We've covered those characters before. What I want to focus on is 3 strong possibilities for the future of Marvel Crisis Protocol. Left to right, we have Graviton, who has shown up live action and in the comics and in the cartoons. Actually, all 3 of these have shown up in live action, cartoons, comics, and video games. So congratulations. They've got the trifecta or the quadfecta. They've been around for a while. So Graviton, we've already covered him as one of our top villains that we should hopefully maybe see in the future, because we need more villains. And actually, I'd say more well-known villains, comic book wise, than like say Supergiant, my girlfriend, and Black Swan, not my girlfriend. So Graviton is a choice. He is definitely a mad scientist. Oh my God. He is super mad scientist. He is super scientist, and he is crazy. And he's got superpowers to go along with all that, which makes him a big threat. I would put him on the low end. Dr. Doom is definitely a mad scientist, because he is very mad, not like crazy mad. Well, some might say he's crazy, more tyrannical, maybe maniacal. But he's more poopy pants about everything else rather than being, maybe not literally poopy pants, just mad at the world. And he is a super scientist, super genius, like rivaling or even exceeding Tony Stark. We've already covered him at length. And of course, Kang the Conqueror, especially Kang the Conqueror, going to be popping up in some more movies in the near future, probably our phase 5 MCU villain. It's a possibility we could see the Kang the Conqueror and any sort of minions. All these 3 of these could have minions. Graviton could have AIM, grunt base. We might get our first AIM affiliation. Then toss in MODOK in there, and we'll have a great time. Dr. Doom and Doombots, of course, and Kang and his clone troopers. I believe they were clone troopers. We could have those running around. I think that is a bit of a reach, but it's possible. I really am hoping that these paint sessions are not just rehashes of stuff that they've already done, and they actually include glimpses of the future of those things, like S.H.I.E.L.D. characters, Sound and Fury, Mad Scientists, and such. But we don't know. We don't know, guys. I'm just speculating. So far, we've covered a lot. We're about ready to wrap this up. So far, let me know what you're thinking. Either, give me 2 things if you can. Let me know when you guys go down to the comment section after you hit the subscribe button, if you haven't hit it, go ahead and put down your comments on the characters that I've already covered. Do you think it's possible, right? Or am I really reaching? And give me a suggestion based on this schedule that they have, what you think. And yeah, you can throw in there your wish list of other characters. We've already been covering that in a lot of our discussions in the comment sections of previous videos. But based off of this calendar, am I right? Am I wrong? And if I'm wrong, let me know what you think could fit in there. So the last session of the day, besides the closing ceremony, which we could see a lot, it's only 30 minutes, so I don't expect big reveals. Possibly we might get like, hey, here's the Fantastic Four. We're going to leave it off on this Fantastic Four and Doctor Doom, and also the Jedis and the Jedi Sentinels, or whatever that some people have speculated about like that. We have the superhero's best friend painting animals. It is a 2-hour session. And the only animal that I'm aware of that we have right now, well, animals stretching it, in Marvel Crisis Protocol is Lockjaw. And Lockjaw's not, he looks like an animal, but he's not an animal. He was a man, and the Terrigen Mist, whatever, turned him into that form, but he's still intelligent, can communicate, teleport, all the whole works. He's not a dog. He's a person. He's just a mutated person. So that would be stretching it. If they were doing a 2-hour session to paint Lockjaw, which they've already done, yikes, come on, guys and gals at Atomic Mass Games. That's some BS. However, let's do some speculating. So we've got a host. We don't have like the super pets level of hosting of animals like DC does. So we're not going to run around with Crypto and Bat Dog and the flying, talking Pegasus. Lover of Wonder Woman. Look that up. It's really disturbing. But we do have some pets that we can talk about, which might lead us to some future creatures for and releases for Marvel Crisis Protocol. So I'm not going to go over all of them. We kind of already talked about this before, but I think, kind of revising things, we've got some things that we can kind of focus on. So Zabu, which is the saber-toothed tiger, hangs out in the Savage Lands with Khazar and Sheena, the She-Devil. I think it's Sheena or Shanna. Shanana. I can't remember how to say her name because I'm getting that very bad movie from the 80s or 90s, Sheena, mixed into it. But we do have Khazar running around the Savage Lands, basically Marvel's version of Tarzan, but he's actually really intelligent. He's not and summoning stuff because he's fighting dinosaurs and stuff. Anyways, so we could see Khazar and alongside Zabu. That would be cool. That would actually be an animal, and we can see a painting of an animal. I would like that. We also have Lockheed, very famous, but I don't know if Lockheed would have his own miniature apart from say Shadowcat or whatever she's going by these days, Sprite, Shadowcat, Kitty Pryde from the X-Men. I think if they're going to reveal Lockheed, it might be already molded onto her, but I think they would treat it probably similar to what they did with Jonathan the Unstoppable and Honey Badger, unless they're going to come out with a Jonathan the Unstoppable miniature, which would be kind of cool, like a token. We might see these maybe even as maybe diorama pieces or maybe tokens for rescuing. I don't know. That's really, the whole pets thing is really weird. Excuse me as I hiccup. I can't remember what the cat's name is. I don't think that's the cat that's, I don't think that's Goose, that if you guys watched Captain Marvel, the Flurg or whatever, it's a different one. I can't think of the name of him. We have Red Wing up in the corner, which is the Falcon that would hang out with Falcon, Sam Wilson, but no longer. But we have a new Falcon running around with Sam Wilson, ex-Falcon, now Captain America, that has a Falcon, I believe. So it could be that. I don't know. That's a bit of a stretch. But Throg, the frog Thor, is a possibility. Not really a pet, but is a possibility. I know, once again, reaching, but it could tie in with some Asgardian stuff because there's a lot of Asgardians. And if you guys remember, I've covered Asgardian material and over the past few months based on And a lot of those speculations have come true, and we still have to wait to see what else comes true. But we know that, as I have reported on this from a direct source, well, two sources, one basically direct, that Asgard was getting a big boost this year. And so far, they've gotten a boost. I don't think it's the big boost. I think we're going to get more. So besides Sif and Thor and the Warriors 3, one of the other ones that I was talking about, or that we could talk about, is Fenris. Now, forget about the Warriors 3 there, and I think that's Elsa Bloodstone writing Fenris for whatever reason. But this is the best video or best picture I could find for Fenris in the comics. Fenris doesn't show up a lot in the comics, but is in the comics. So Throg and Fenris in a box set, that could come true. I mean, that it would be kind of a best friend for Hel or Hela. Not so much anybody else, but it's okay. The other one is Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur. We could see that. That would be a pretty big base. Devil Dinosaur would have to be on a 60 millimeter base at least. And then Moon Girl on a regular 35 millimeter base. I think she has had some association with S.H.I.E.L.D. over the years. But other than that, it's a bit of a stretch. I'm really reaching here, trying to find what this material could cover. I mean, we are 9 days-ish away from getting all this revealed. So let me know what you guys think of the speculations. I know that there's other super animals and there's other S.H.I.E.L.D. agents, other Asgardians and crime lords and mad scientists. Let me know what you guys think of what I'm predicting. Let me know what you think is actually the right answer in the comments below after you hit the subscribe button. Or am I just really reaching on some of these? I have to admit, some of these I'm reaching on. Anyways, I'm going to go do some work, and then hopefully we'll around 11, 12 o'clock hour, we'll have a panel to play video for Heimdall and or Scourge. That's all ready to go. I just need the character card. Anyways, you guys have yourself a wonderful Tuesday. Thank you so much for watching. If you haven't subscribed, please do, because we are about ready to be on the last month of Q2, which means that we're going to be giving a giveaway. Actually, two giveaways. First one is going to be Supergiant and Black Swan, brand new in box to one lucky winner. And the other one is going to be going away to another lucky winner is Heimdall and Scourge. So both those boxes are going to be dropping into somebody's lap sometime in end of Q2, going into Q3. So you'll get it in July-ish. At any rate, you guys, thank you so much for watching. Make sure you subscribe so you can get a chance to win and, of course, help out the channel. I'll talk to you later. See ya.